All right, athletes, here we are, Peak Athlete Mountain Bike Monthly. So it does what it says on the tin really. It's monthly mountain bike specific training for your off-bike work around strength, conditioning and mobility, all in one tight package. So this is all based around the mountain bike season and off season. So in the summer, there's gonna be a lot more riding involved. So the training will allow for that and allow for the fact that we need to ride more. We need to train less, we need to train effectively. And in the winter, maybe we're not riding so much so that we can double down on our strength and our base foundation work that builds us and makes us stronger for that summer riding period. This can also work for the races out there, the enduro races, just because of the generic style of training. So the race season is normally the summer season. So finishing up maybe October, something like that. So it does help, it will help races and enduro races out there generally, but for specific race preparation, it will not be able to cater for that. So for those needs, come and see me personally and we'll get that sorted out. Now this training is going to be really good for accountability as well because, well, you have me on source to message if you have any issues, queries, concerns to do with the programming and the training itself. But also we're going to test regularly at different points throughout the year to make sure that we are on point, we are on target, we're going in the right direction. And all of the mobility sessions and things that we're doing, we're going to be very aware and sort of checking in and seeing how our mobility is doing. Everything you're doing, every time you train, every time that you mobilize is a test. So check in with yourself and see how you're progressing. That's going to be a great way to stay accountable. But another way is the fact that we're going to be part of a big group, big Peak Athlete community group. So hopefully we'll have lots of riders on here talking away and just talking training. Everybody's going to be doing the same training and we all love bikes. So I'm going to be leading some topics of conversation through this group, and I hope that you will all get involved with that. And from there we can also plan group rides if you're local enough to drop in for a ride, and maybe I'll set some challenges for us to help develop our riding as well. So as I said, the Peak Athlete Mountain Bike Monthly programming will come out monthly. So every single 4 weeks, you will get a new block of training drop into your emails through notification. And from there, you can access the app, which you'll have access to as a Peak Athlete member. And that's where you're going to complete the training for the month. The only thing left to mention is the first month, which is a foundation course. So it's almost like a precursor to enter into the training. So this foundation course, this 4-week block, is an initial 4 weeks where we get on the same page. So I help you guys to understand how I teach a lot of the riders and people that I work with here in the studio. So I talk about my 4 peak principles, really important principles that we need to be able to train strength and conditioning in safety. So we'll talk a bit about those, and from there we'll move on into 2 weeks of foundation movements. These movements are going to be really important to open up some ranges of motion and some strength to allow you to work properly in future training with us. And then after that, we look at 2 weeks of fundamental movements. So these are fundamental to our progression. So these are the kind of working through the patterns that we need, the classic patterns of hinging, lunging, squatting, push, pull, all these different things, but with a nice deep look at how to do this effectively. So without further ado, head on over to the foundation program, get stuck into the first 4 weeks. We'll see you soon.